Want to see me run to that mountain and back? You want to see me do it again?
Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. This is Allie, and it's been a very interesting last 24 hours. I watched the Snyder cut, and then I watched the first episode of Falcon and the Winter Soldier. So I'm going to talk about those today while doing my makeup again, because I had an idea about doing like flash makeup, like red on the eyes, and then like the little like lightning bolts that like happen when he runs and he goes into the Speed Force. Oh, I don't know how exactly I'm going to do this because I wrote notes about the movie and then about the Falcon and the Winter Soldier episode, but they're on my phone and I'm recording on my phone, so I don't exactly know how we're going to do that. I could just email them to myself because my computer's right here. I'll do that. Also, my face is already done because I just wanted to jump right into using these, and yeah, and I know it's gonna take a while, and I also don't want this video to be longer than it needs to be. So I already did my face, just foundation, concealer, did my eyebrows. That's it, you didn't miss anything. So yeah, let's get into it. Okay, so we're gonna start off by putting just red on my crease, not really anything super like cut crease or anything. Yeah, so first thing we're going to talk about today is the Justice League Snyder cut. Now, I thought I wasn't going to watch it because, honestly, this realm of DC heroes doesn't really, I guess, interest me, aside from Wonder Woman. But, like, Batman and Superman, no offense to Henry Cavill, because it's Henry Cavill. No offense to him, but I didn't really care. Like, I did not watch Batman vs. Superman, and I've been told multiple times not to, because I was like, oh, maybe I'll do it before I go watch Justice League. They were like, nope, you don't need to. There's absolutely no point. And after going to go see Justice League in theaters when it came out, I learned that there was actually no point. So I'm still not going to watch Justice League, not Justice League, Batman vs. Superman. I'm still not going to fucking watch it. And at this point I don't need to, and everyone I've ever talked to who has seen the movie is like, you don't need to. So yeah, but I did see the Justice League movie, the first one, in theaters. So I really wasn't gonna watch this one because I was like, okay, what could be that different? I'm glad I sat there for 4 hours and watched this. Before we get into breaking down the movie, if you want to watch the movie but you're like, wow, it's 4 hours, and you're like me and probably have undiagnosed ADHD, and your attention span probably isn't that long, you don't actually have to, like, especially if you've seen the first one, you don't really need to have your full attention span on this movie like 100% of the time. For the first 2 hours, I was doing homework, and I will say, other than Barry and obviously Cyborg's parts in the first 2 hours of the movie, there's not really anything new. Like, the first couple of fights and all that stuff, like, if you've seen the first one, I'm not saying to skip those. I'm not saying to skip that 2 hour block, because again, you're gonna be skipping like Cyborg's part and Barry's part, Flash's part, and I wouldn't suggest doing that, because that's half of the reason why this movie is made even better, is we actually get characterization for those two characters. So I wouldn't say skip it, but you know, you could be doing something else while you do that, which is what I was doing. I was doing homework for the first like 2 hours of this movie. Yeah, so there's that. The first thing I have on here, so yeah, 4 hours, it's better paced. Way better paced. Obviously more characterization for the Flash. We get to see Black Iris number 2 in action. Thank you very much, Black Iris forever. And obviously we get to see more of Cyborg and his character. They didn't play Blackpink in the Flash's scene where he meets Bruce for the first time. They did not play Blackpink. In the first scene that happened, I don't know if it was in the movie or if it was in like another like trailer or whatever, but Blackpink was playing. And Blackpink is even bigger than they were when that like scene came out. So why was Blackpink not there? Mr. Snyder? Anyway, I'm joking, by the way, but not really. Anyway, Yes, so Cyborg's back to Cyborg. His characterization was great. He is the star of this movie. Which makes sense because they have to do with mother boxes and he pretty much is a fucking mother box. So like the fact that like the first movie barely had anything to do with him when the whole issue was the plot of the movie was about mother boxes made absolutely no sense to me. It made no sense to me. But we're not going to talk about that other director. We're not going to talk about him. We're going to talk about Ray Fisher and how great he was in this movie. The acting, top tier. The acting, top tier. Thank you, Ray Fisher. Everybody say thank you, Ray Fisher. Everybody say thank you. Because he acted his ass off in this damn movie. And if he don't come back to play Cyborg in any later movies, if any later movies are even coming, which I will talk about probably at the end, he better be there. I think we will all riot if he's not, so. I don't know if they meant to do this, but like they kinda, every time like one of his parents, Cyborg's parents were on screen and were dealing with a white man, it always had this air of like, I know this white man is not talking to me right now. Like when they were doing a little flashback with Cyborg's mom and it was like, and she was in the principal's office talking about their child and the dude was like, oh, we're sorry, miss, I forgot the dude's last name. And she was like, doctor, thank you very much. And then the same thing happened with his dad when they were in that little containment facility and they were like, oh, everybody needs to be checked, blah, blah. And he's like, yes, I know, I wrote the guidelines, thank you very much. I'm sure that's just a coincidence, it's just supposed to be a funny joke, but like, given everything and everything that's happening, that joke was just like right on the nose. It was right on the nose. But yeah, getting Flash backstory, just more characterization for him, less backstory, because like we all knew about, I don't know if it was a trailer, a scene, or an actual scene in the movie when we saw the Flash save Iris. Like, I don't remember exactly, it's been years, but I do remember that scene. So getting to see that scene in its entirety and obviously getting to see more characterization with him obviously was really good. We're gonna start off with white. This is, can you even see that? Yeah, you can. Okay, cut creaser, Mellow Ops, obviously. My girl, love her. Should I use the long one? I should use the long one, right? Because I'm making long stroke. We're gonna use the long one. Okay, so I'm not using my long brush because I just messed up the bristles and they are now frayed and I don't know exactly how to put them back together. I know there is a way to keep the bristles together and put them back together, but I don't have time for that right now, so we're just gonna use the tiny brush again. Anyway, I guess I should use a mirror, right? I mean, it's freehand, so I don't really. My one complaint about this movie is the CGI. The CGI was a little, I feel like they did their best. They definitely did their best in terms of, you know, Cyborg and stuff. I feel like Wonder Woman could have been a little better. That beginning scene with her doing her thing, I feel like could have been just a tiny bit like more weighted. She felt very weightless, and she felt like the people who she was fighting and tossing around also felt really weightless. And I just have to say, like, physically, like in terms of physics, if you were to be flung at the wall that fast because you are that weightless to the person, you would probably be dead. So just a little, like, I wish everybody in that scene had a little bit more weight to them, because they were trying to just like boom, 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 like marbles just like thrown all over the place. And then Cyborg moved really weirdly for like most of the movie. He looked great. The actual way that he looked was really good, but the way that he moved kind of weirded me out sometimes. And when it was in an action sequence, it was kind of like, eh. But like when he was just walking and like talking, it was like, okay. It's like a little like, you know, it was a little weird for me, a little janky. So that had to be like my one complaint. I don't know what I'm doing of the movie. Also, my friend mentioned Nalo. He mentioned that Wonder Woman can fly at this point because of the Wonder Woman 84 movie. And he was correct. Wonder Woman can fly right now. But in the movie, she never flew. So it's kind of like, oh, okay, girl. Are you gonna fly or are you not gonna fly? Can you fly or can you not fly? Did she give that up? I don't actually know. So there was that. But I think that was more of just like one writer in the writer's room and not enough people to be all like, oh yeah, remember Wonder Woman 84? Also, like, the reshoots, like, there were only certain things that they reshot as far as I know. I don't know about the news about the Snyder Cut, but as far as I know, there's only certain things that they reshot. So, you know, that scene might have just been there. And I guess to keep the continuity, it's like, well, we can't always have her flying because in some scenes, she's not flying. And it would make no sense for her to be flying in these scenes when she can't fly in other scenes, basically. Ooh, no. But yeah, that kind of is like my only complaint, I guess, about the movie. Jared Leto as Joker, he did a 100% better job than what he was doing before. Before it was just kind of like, okay, sir, Suicide Squad was just not it anyway. But also Jared Leto in Suicide Squad as the Joker made me gag multiple times. So he's a lot better now. There was an article yesterday on Twitter, and the headline was just like, people are saying that this is the best Joker Batman interaction. Their interaction at the end was the best Joker Batman interaction ever. And I was like, I haven't even seen every single Batman movie out there. I've really only seen the Dark Knight trilogies, and I know that that's not true. I just know that that's just not fucking true. So I really said that. I was like, also, you're forgetting about Lego Batman? Don't ever forget about Lego Batman. Don't ever forget. Anyway, why when I decide to film, do y'all want to send me text messages? I don't get text messages for days. And then suddenly I decide to film and y'all want to text me? Anyway, yes. Going back to here. The next thing I have on here is Henry Cavill in all caps. He's the only reason I recognize Superman as anything. Like, in terms of the only reason why I even remotely care about Superman. Oh, that was really thick for no reason. Hold on. Oh no. Oh no. It's okay. We're gonna fix her later. We're gonna fix her in post. Maybe I should be using a mirror. Maybe that's the reason why. Oh yeah, definitely. Anyway, as I was saying, yes, okay, Henry Cavill is the only reason why I even give remotely two shits about Superman. Because normally I don't. Because his whole, like, creation thing is very white, obviously. And, like, cool. Superman, to me, Superman, depending on the iteration, is either adorable or annoying. Depending on the iteration we're in. Like, in some comics, it's like, oh, adorable white man. Leave. And then some iterations, like Young Justice, I'm like, shut up. Like, why are you here? Leave. It's like, I miss Young Justice. Can Young Justice come back, please? Can Young Justice come the fuck back? Okay, I kind of want to go up here, but I'm afraid to. So we're gonna keep it in here for now. But yeah, so shout out to Henry Cavill for carrying Superman for me, because otherwise I just would not care. I absolutely 100% would not care about Superman. So everyone say thank you, Henry Cavill. Thank you, sir. Thank you. So Superman versus the... Oh my god. I think this was in the original too, because I did remember the scene. The scene where Superman comes back after being revived and he like doesn't remember who he is. And so he's fighting the Justice League. And it's this... You know what? We're just gonna roll with it. We're gonna roll with it. Yep, we're still gonna roll with it. But yeah, in the scene, he's like holding back everybody. Like he's holding back Wonder Woman, he's holding back Aquaman, he's holding back Cyborg. And then the Flash comes by hoping to like catch him by surprise. And then everything is moving in slow motion because obviously they're moving very fast. And it's when he like is holding them back and he's like this, and he just moves his eyes, and like that part is so cool. And then like Ezra Miller goes that part literally, I love that part. I remember that part in the movie. In the movie theater, I thought that was like really cool as well. So seeing that again was really fun. I love how Batman was kind of just standing there during that scene because he knew he couldn't do anything, so he was just standing there like, I hope he doesn't come over here. I hope they deal with it, because I'm kind of fucked. Okay. Yes. So that scene, really good scene. Some people were talking about how what's his face, the like main antagonist of the movie, seemed to be moving in slow motion at some parts because of his I'm guessing his size. I didn't notice that, but once again, for the first like 3 parts of this movie, well, half of the movie, I wasn't really paying attention because I was doing homework, because I kind of already seen it. So if anything changed with the CGI, I didn't really notice, other than like sometimes it being really clunky and slow, which I guess is what that was. So what I got on his... Oh yeah, the government being useless. Of course, as soon as they see all the superheroes fail, they start to shoot at Superman at the same scene, and it's like, okay, it's like, what are you bringing to the table? Like, what are you gonna do? You're shooting this man with bullets. You think that the years that Superman has been gone, if they're really trying to have an anti-Superman defense, you think they would figure out something other than just regular bullets? But as we will see later, and also in Falcon and the Winter Soldier, the government is useless. Useless. As they are in most superhero movies and shows. Absolutely useless. So this is what I have so far. And now here comes the hard part, is I have to trace over all of this to make the white pop out more. Because right now it pops out because the light is shining on it. But like here it's like dull in some places and not in other places. So I'll be back for that. Okay. So yeah, I outlined that a little bit more. So now we're gonna move on to blue. The blue. Should I do light blue or dark? I should use light blue, right? Because lightning is light blue, not dark blue. Thanks for helping me with that decision. Okay. Oh my god. The Lois and Clark moment, when she like when he was like going on his rampage and she like shows up and she's just like, yo, stop, like let's just leave, it has the vibes of that moment give off like that one TikTok of that girl going like being that one girl in school who thinks she can stop the dude from a fight, being like, he knows me, we know each other, we have a connection. That's what that scene reminded me of, and I could not stop laughing at it. I definitely didn't think that when I saw it, because obviously TikTok was not a thing when I saw Justice League for the first time. But that scene, I could not stop laughing at it, even though it was supposed to be this like serious, heartwarming scene. I could not stop laughing. Barry Allen is the GOAT. We're skipping ahead to like the end of the movie now. Barry Allen is number one GOAT. Number one. Absolutely 100% number one GOAT, and I will not take otherwise. Like, they literally would have failed if it wasn't for Barry. So, and the fact that he got more like scenes, oh my god. Because someone mentioned in the old movie, the first one, what he was doing is he had a mission, I guess, to clear the area, I guess, for like civilians or whatever the fuck. And like, so he was like not really a part of the battle. Whereas like this time he was a key element in the battle, which made sense because if he never went into the Speed Force, he never would have been able to save the day because he had to go back in time like a few seconds in order to save Cyborg. Well, really save everybody because the mother box is merged. So he had to help everybody out by going back in time just a few seconds to like save the day. And a GOAT, really, it's what he is. He's a GOAT. Oh my god. How do people have the patience and the steady hand? Like, you can't even see what I'm doing. This is gonna take a while. Okay, I'm back. I got about halfway through it. Ooh, okay. So yeah, the bigger baddie of what's his face? What's his name? Darkseid. I always want to say Darkseid. It's not Darkseid. Yeah, him. When they were like, "Oh, what are we gonna do now?" And he was like, "Oh, we'll just do this the old-fashioned way." And I was like, oh, the old-fashioned way. Like invasion. You know how they usually do. Good old-fashioned invasion. No one does a good old-fashioned invasion anymore. What happened to good old-fashioned invasions? Just overwhelm them with numbers. You're bound to maybe, possibly not really win. Maybe. So obviously, that set up the opening for some sequels. Which is, I think, what they were supposed to do in the original movie, and that really didn't happen. But it's just kind of like, okay, when are we supposed to get these sequels? Because I think I saw somewhere that like HBO, like DC, Warner Brothers, they don't really have anything, you know, coming down the pipeline for DC movies in that realm anytime soon. And that could just be, you know, because of the Rona. Hold on, sorry. Anyway, It could just be because of the Rona. But it also could just be because no one was really planning for the Snyder Cut to do well. Like, I think they were just like, oh, you know, he's gonna make the film he always wanted to make. We got the money, we got the budget, we got the time. We're literally not doing anything right now. Like, yeah, sure. Fucking go for it. That looks like a... You know what? No, it doesn't. Because if I say it looks like what I think it looks like, you're gonna think it too. Get your mind out of the gutter. Anyway, so I was really wondering, like, okay, so when are these sequels supposed to, like, be coming down the pipeline? Because next year, we're supposed to get a new Batman movie. Oh, we were supposed to get it this year. And that Batman movie is very, very highly anticipated. And then so it's like, okay, we get that Batman movie and it better do well because it's what Robert Pattinson deserves. Absolutely. So we get that new movie. So is what's his face still gonna be Batman? Does that take place in the same universe? Does it not? Do we have a DC CU anymore? Do we? Is that a thing? Like, obviously yes, if we're gonna continue down the road, but like also, do we? So a lot of people are wondering, like, okay, if this is supposed to be setting up some sequels, when is that actually gonna happen? Which I guess we'll just have to wait and see. But now let's talk about the epilogue, which is the nightmare dream sequence that Bruce Wayne pretty much has, where he has to work with the Joker. Once again, like I said earlier, Jared Leto being the Joker, 100 billion times better than whatever the fuck show he put on in Suicide Squad. But that does not mean that his character necessarily has changed. I mean, I hope it does. I hope that it means that his character has changed from whatever the fuck it was in Suicide Squad to like an actual Joker character. That would be great. That would be amazing. So I'm hoping. The steampunk clothes. I was wondering, because when I saw that in the trailer of Batman with his little steampunk getup, I was very confused. I was like, where are we? Is this like a flash forward to a distant future? I was very confused because it was in the trailer. This is low-key very messy, but you know, that's who I am. A messy bitch. Anyway, yeah, it was like that in the trailer, and I just was like, okay, well, what are we gonna get with this? So I'm glad that it turned out to be something like a nightmare dream sequence and not something that actually happened. So I can't wait to see if we ever get to see how that's gonna like turn out. Hold on. Yeah. I'm tired of them mentioning any host of Robins and then there not being one in the movies. I'm tired of them mentioning Jason Todd and then having him be nowhere to be found. I'm tired of it. And obviously this new Batman movie we're getting with Robert Pattinson isn't gonna have a Robin in it because it's like year 3 or so Batman, meaning like this is like him when he just started being Batman, trying to get the hang of everything. So I don't really expect there to be any Robin in that movie. However, this universe movie, they keep hinting at a damn Robin, and I've gotten nothing. I've gotten nothing for years. And frankly, I'm fucking tired of it. So it'd be great if they actually delivered on a promise and gave me a robin. I would absolutely love that. Okay, this side is done. I actually really like the way that it looks. I don't want to do the other side. This took forever to do. But also, last thing I will mention about the Justice League is Martian Manhunter. Shout out to him. Cannot wait to see more of him if we ever get to see more of him. Again, seems to be setting up sequels for sequels that will never happen. So I guess we can just hope and dream. And hope and dream, I guess. Okay, but moving on to Falcon and the Winter Soldier. I have a lot of a shorter list of this. I said this about my WandaVision thing in my WandaVision video. You should absolutely go check that out. But Marvel has gotten me back into their clutches. We really thought we were free. We thought we were free from the superhero clutches that Marvel had us all in. We really thought we were free. No, we're not free. And we will never be free. So you might as well get used to it. We sucked us right back in, and this show is no exception. I was like, well, you know, WandaVision was very unique in the way it was doing things. Maybe, you know, it's a one-time thing in terms of, oh my god. Why did I think talking and doing makeup at the same time was going to be a good idea? But, like, who does that? That's why these get ready with me videos are always so long. Because I just, like, they're talking and they have to stop and do makeup. And they're talking and you have to stop and do makeup. Otherwise, you fuck up. I hate my life. Anyway. But yeah, definitely loving the plot of this already. Bucky at therapy. Bucky at therapy, I'm sure, is going to be like a recurring theme for this show, as we saw in the trailer and then obviously in the first episode. And I cannot wait. Someone was like on Twitter, Bucky knows how to be tragic and funny all in one scene. And it's so true, because like everything about him screams tragic and everything that happened to him, but then it's also like his personality, you know, is this like suave, cool, like snarky dude. So it's like we get him being hilarious, and then also in the same fucking scene we get some PTSD shits, flashbacks, and it's like, oh, okay, Bucky. Okay. But yeah, yeah, his whole thing with that Japanese old dude, Nala mentioned, he was like, oh, we thought he was gonna be like his friend because, you know, he can't find any friends his own age. No, but it's just like, psych, actually no. And that really, I was like, oh no. That shit made me so sad. I didn't even recognize that was the dude from the beginning of the movie. I really didn't even recognize. I should have. Everything in Marvel ties together. Okay, let me do my cheek real quick, because obviously when I talk, my cheeks move. So let me do my cheek real quick and I'll be back. Okay, I did my cheek and we're back. I had some notes about the opening scene. Red Wing, hello, his little buddy, his little flying buddy, Falcon's little flying buddy. Yes, absolutely, 100%. Yes. Love that. The military being useless as always. I know this was supposed to be a quiet operation, but y'all were really being useless. Y'all were useless as always. Like I said, useless. that scene in the beginning where he tore the door off the plane. Well, Red Wing like did the little thing and he took the door off the plane. Shouldn't the people standing very close to the plane, like that door, been sucked out? Or at least the cargo or something? Or was the cargo like bolted to the ground? Because like I'm pretty sure when shit like that happens and you're in a high altitude enclosed environment, when the door gets blown the fuck off its hinges, so does the air in the surrounding area. So I was just kind of like, do planes work like that? I'm not sure if planes actually work like that. But hey, who am I? You know, I'm not an aviation engineer expert. It's probably not even what they're called. Anyway, next thing I had on here is the little dude. The little dude. He's a man. I forgot the man's name. That's for sure. The military dude who was helping out Sam this whole time. Obviously that man is fine, and if anything happens to him, me and Marvel are gonna have to fight. You're not gonna just put this fine man in this movie. If he's evil, also if he like is evil or some shit, we're gonna have to fight. Like we're actually gonna have to fight. Cause no, just let him be quirky little sidekick that has to eventually deal with both Sam and Bucky together, and I cannot wait. Oh my god. I'm very happy, obviously, that we get to deal with some black people for once in the MCU and black people stuff. Oh my god. That bank scene. The bank scene. Oh, rant incoming. That was a great scene from an acting standpoint and also from a writing standpoint because it genuinely got me mad. Like I had to pause the episode and rant for like 5 minutes because of how upset I was about everything that was happening. Like, first of all, ignoring the like racist implications that like that man had. Ignoring that, we're not gonna talk about the fact that this man was like, oh well yeah, after the poof and everyone came back, we had to tighten up ship. Money is fake. And if there was any moment to throw out the rules of money, it would probably be after half of the world's population went poof for 5 years and then came back. You would think that is the one-time exception that you could say, hey, you know what? Maybe we shouldn't tighten up ship. Why would you tighten up ship? There are people who are coming back who probably don't have homes anymore, who don't have like a job anymore because their jobs have moved on without them and hired new people. So these people don't have homes and these people don't have jobs, and you're tightening up ship? What? And I just was sitting there thinking, if this was real life, the American economy and the American government would probably act the exact same way. And that's why it got me so frustrated, because it was too realistic. Because I was like, realistically, that's probably what would happen. Money is fake. And if there was any time to throw out the rules that society has made about money, it would be then. Just like it would be now, because we're in the middle of a panoramic. But like, hey, what do I know? I'm putting makeup on my face. I'm not an econ major, you know? But yeah, that scene was a little bit too realistic for me, because just personally, it was just a little bit too realistic for how things would go in real life. Great scene from like a writing and acting standpoint. But I'm glad we're like getting to deal with the actual like civilian side of like how things are now. Oops. after the poof. Like, we're getting into the civilian side of things because we kind of were in WandaVision, but not really. So sorry, I got real focused. Yeah, we kind of got like how things were for people after the poof, but like not in terms of civilians, really just in terms of the people working at Sword. Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god. Okay. Even when I'm quiet, I still can't manage to get a straight line. This is so much work. I did this to myself. I could have just done really bold, like, lines and called it a day. But no, I had to do tiny little strokes. Like, girl. Anyway, what I have next? Oh, Bucky being old-fashioned with bringing a girl flowers I thought was really cute. Any mention of Bucky being old-fashioned when he was like, I'm 103. And the girl laughed. And she was like, haha. And Bucky was like, ha ha. Like, that shit was so funny. It's like, will he ever have to tell somebody? Like, yeah, I'm probably as old as your great-grandpa. I probably fought alongside your great-grandpa. Or, if you're Japanese, I probably fought against your great-grandpa in the war. Who knows? Who actually knows? It's just like, oof. And done. Jesus. Okay. I think I'm gonna go in with some white now and touch up the sides. But yeah, next, the ending. Obviously, we can talk about the ending now. Oh my god. As soon as Sam gave away that shield, I was like, it's not staying there for very long. Now, in my mind, I thought someone was gonna come steal it because I was like, what can the glass possibly be made out of? Vibranium? Because if it's not, I don't see how you think that that shield is going to stay in there for long. So that's what I thought was gonna happen. Ooh, excuse me. I thought that the shield was gonna just be taken, like someone was just gonna steal it. Who thought that the person was gonna steal it was going to be the US government themselves? Show of hands. No one? Because I sure wasn't expecting the US government to steal the shield. And I guess, yeah, technically it's theirs, but not really. Not really. And who, this discount budget up looking dude, like... I really saw that when what's her face came into the room and she was like, "Oh, Sam, you gotta see this." And I was like, "What is happening? Like, what's going on?" That was literally the last thing I was fucking expecting was a discount budget Wish version of Captain America coming onto my screen and being like, "I'm your new Captain America now." No, the fuck you ain't. So yeah, that was what a way to start a show. Truly, what a way to start a show. All right, I'm gonna touch this up, put on lashes. Do I want to put on contacts again? No. Put on lashes, touch all of this up, and I will be back with the finished look. All right, this is the finished look. Closer to me. Don't look too close. Again, don't look too close. But yeah, this is the finished look. Over here and over here. So, thank you so much for watching. Leave a comment below if you watched the Justice League. Leave a comment below if you watched the Justice League Snyder cut. And if you did, obviously, what was your favorite part? Who was your favorite character? Obviously, mine is Beast Boy and the Flash. Obviously. And then, what do you have any theories so far about Falcon and the Winter Soldier? Let me know. Also, leave a like, subscribe, of course, and put on the bell. School, we're in the middle of it. We're in the middle of school. So if I get up a new video next week, it'll be a fucking miracle. But yeah, just just know that I'm here. We're trying. If you're in school right now, good luck to us, you know, good luck to us. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Peace.